Man saves baby deer after mom is hit by car. Animals and humans have always had a tenuous relationship. As the dominant species on the planet, we're at the top of the food chain. We use animals for our needs, like food and clothing. Because we see animals as tools or simply resources, we tend to forget sometimes that these animals have families just like we do. Sure, it may not be the same as human family, but it's a family nonetheless. That's when you see baby animals who have been robbed of their parents because of human interference. It always seems to tug at the heartstrings. This guy had heard from his neighbor that he hit a doe with his car on the road they live on. Well, while out with his dog in the forest across the road from his house, his dog started going nuts. It bolted back into the woods, and what the guy found almost brought him to tears. Hey, lovely people. I'm Scott Leffler from Wonder Earth. Before we begin, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for new amazing videos. The man had heard that his neighbor had hit a doe with his car. When he came across this fawn alone in the woods, he knew it had to be the motherless orphan. An even sadder part of the story is that when the dog came running up to the fawn, it was too exhausted and hungry to move a muscle. It had already seemed to accept its fate. The man was astonished at how close he could get to this baby deer. While it must have been an amazing experience, knowing the circumstances surrounding it would make it hard to enjoy. Even pushing the baby deer wouldn't get it to move. The baby was so exhausted and hungry that the man was able to reach out his hand and pet it. I've experienced this a couple times in my life with deer roaming around my parents' property in Michigan. It's one of the most surreal things that can ever happen to you. After a few hours, he was able to get the fawn to follow him back to his home. The man's begun a regular feeding schedule for the fawn. It took a while to get it to eat, but it's now eating more regularly and is becoming more and more comfortable with its new situation. The poster's dog has actually seemed to adopt the baby deer. It will not let it out of its sight and is taken to protecting it day and night. The man who found it plans on taking it to an actual rehabilitation center when the snow clears. They should be able to give it the care it needs. While this is a sad story, the silver lining is that this little deer will get a chance to grow up when it almost certainly would have starved to death in the wild without its mother.